do you look at your model and think, oh yeah, I like that, I've done well?
Because
Mm,
if I didn't like it,
so-
it wouldn't be finished.
Okay. Dan?
no. Not entirely, but I think it's because I basically will get to a certain stage, and it's the Homer Simpson looking at a barbecue thing, where
Yeah.
he's got in
Oh,
one
yeah.
hand just like this beautiful picture in the, like, I don't know, the web page I found or something, and then you look at yours and you're like, why doesn't mine look like that? But they're getting closer, and I feel like that's because, yeah, I sometimes have to remind myself, like, this is a hobby you're doing for fun.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah,
And
it's
that
not
is,
100% perfect. It's like people are
yeah.
saying nice things about it. There must be something good going on. But then I feel like that's maybe a good thing as well, to also be like, oh, I could do this better. Or, yeah, I've had to teach myself to stop painting when I'm like just rushing stuff. Because I find I paint for like 2 hours, which will be really nice and relaxing. And then I'll be like just painting like black carapace or something. And I'll start just like trying to get through it and just using loads of paint and getting thick. And I'm just like, you're not enjoying it at this point because you've been doing it for 2 hours. Just take a break, come back in a bit, and you're like, oh, this is fun again. All of a sudden, it's like, yeah.
Yeah. That's a real hazard, specific hazard with commission painting, because you obviously want to get stuff done. You're not doing it necessarily for yourself, for the enjoyment. You do drop into that, like you can feel yourself rushing it and making mistakes. So yeah, it's important at that point to take a break.
And unfortunately, when it's not your army, you can't just be like, that'll do.
That'll
Oh
do.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
why I don't enjoy batch painting, because I get to that. I get any more than 2 models, I keep missing bits and I have to go back over
Yeah.
stuff. So I typically do, when it comes to army painting, like I was explaining, I do all the airbrush work because I can do that in a one hour, and I
Yeah.
typically just go model to model, and I do one, finish it, next one, finish it, next one, finish it. I just really struggle with doing like a batch. I just can't do it. Don't enjoy it.
I think there's been a mate, because I've got a bunch of monsters basically for the tuners, and doing those big guys is so satisfying after doing batches of like 20 Termagants, and then you get to spend like just a week just doing like a T-Fex or something like that. Is really, really nice.
But that's a good way to break it up if you are doing like a big army. Good way to break it up, do small squad character. Try and reward yourself with these little
Yeah.
breadcrumbs as you go on. Yeah, I generally I don't like my models even when they're done.
Yeah.
I don't get a lot of satisfaction. I'm a bit odd. Like I don't,
Do you
and
find
that's
there might
why.
be, sorry, just to ask a question about this. Do you find
That's
you
all
might
right.
have
Cut
like
me off.
a head of a model or the shoulder or some aspect of it where you're like, I'm really happy with this, but there'll maybe be a different part of it where you're like, oh, I should have done this different, or I should have tried this? Or are you just maybe not quite?
Not really. No,
Okay.
I really can't work out the psychology of it, but I think that's why I sit better with the box art style, because it is a bit formulaic and it's almost like, well, even if I don't like it, I think, well, I've ticked all the boxes, so it must be done.
Yeah.
And and normally, like if then look at pictures of it 6 months later, I might kind of begrudgingly say, oh, okay, like the customer was really happy. It looks, I can come back to it later and think, oh, okay, like actually that was,
Yeah.
I was quite happy with that. But that's why with the blasted style, like doing it Matt's way, or doing something that was a bit more like your way down, like rough and ready, I think I'd really struggle with doing that and then keeping it, because I'd always be looking at it thinking, did I make the right creative decisions? Like, does it, because there's
Yeah.
a lot more interpretation there. It's a lot more like Matt, the way you place lights and where you put chipping, and down where you throw those inks like that. That would send my head into a bit of a spin, I think.
Fair.